Round 3 of the US Open 2025 has happened. It's time for two absolute plums to walk you through it, through the highs and the lows. There's quite a lot of lows.
There's a lot of lows, and our question is it all becoming a bit much? I don't want to play bad golf and then watch all my favourite people play bad golf as well.
Adam Scott for the win. Day 3 of the US Open is done, and I just feel like I need to open up with basically what I'm going to wang on about for today's US Open updates. Tom Green, Adam Scott for the win. Adam Scott for the win.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all, Price. I really, really don't hate that at all. He's playing steady, and that seems to be what's going to be enough, doesn't it? Because I thought by the time we got to this point, I thought we might be seeing more like 8 unders and this sort of stuff, because I thought people would continually chip away over the 4 days. That's not what's happening. That is not what's happening.
Is the sign of a great major the top players who you love, the big names, i.e. people who have proven themselves over a season plus? Is the sign of a great major those names bubbling up towards the top of the leaderboard? Because if it is, we don't have it here. We've got Adam Scott, we've got Hovland, we've got Sam Burns, I guess. But the leaderboard is not as drenched in names as other big majors have been, namely the Masters.
How on earth Tyrell Hatton is tied 8th, I will never know. A man with his temperament, how he's managing to hold it together out there, I don't understand. Because Victor Hovland's there as well, a golfer we absolutely love. Obviously, we were all up in the Ping WhatsApp group last night, hammering him.
Dude, if you listen to Tyrell Hatton's voice notes, do not listen to Tyrell Hatton's voice notes on the Ping WhatsApp group with kids around. No, it ruined Father's Day.
Yeah, he called you a Champions League swear word, didn't you, for sending the funny meme of him?
I do love, I think Tyrell Hatton's got the angriest left hand in golf, right? And I'll expand on this.
Yeah.
He hit every time he misses a putt, right? Which we all do, but he does do quite a lot.
Yeah.
Even though Tyrell Hatton, I would argue, is the best wedge player in the world. I think Tyrell Hatton is unreal with a wedge.
Hold on, Tom. You saw me with a 58 degree in my hand yesterday.
Sorry,
I think I was pretty... Come on. Did you see? I was up and down from... Okay, fair enough.
And he misses his putts. And every time the left hand appears, and it's like the left hand is this angry... Yeah.
What? How's that happen? You know what Tyrell needs to do, Tom? And
he needs to chill out.
No, he needs to do the technique that I unleashed on you yesterday, and that, yes, when I do this, it raises eyebrows. Okay? When I do this, it's not conventional, guys. But I would say this is I'm a mindset monster when I pull out this technique. Over short putts, you gotta get those legs wide, almost like Tom. Let me continue before you berate me for my technique. Okay. You got a little eggy 4-footer. Okay, I miss those left, right, and centre. I'm really bad with them. I panic. So what I do is I get in a pose that has my legs super wide, like comically wide. And then in my head, it feels like the putt's so much shorter. And my gosh, do they roll in.
No, it's really, really good. And you know what? It's a great opportunity for me to check your prostate.
Yes. It's good because you could get that done because you're wide open down there.
It's an important thing, guys. Men, get your prostates checked. You actually don't need to get the physical check anymore. You just get a blood test. Get a PSA test. If there's something you're thinking about doing, I did it. It's very easy to do. Go and get it done. You did very much squat into a... Very much. The doctor will see it. Almost like last time I went to America and on customs and immigration, I had a slight issue and
Yes. That is the best way of describing it, actually, because it's not a squat because you don't lean into it. It's, do you know when you go in that ray gun experience at airport checkout where you put your arms up and you spread your legs? That's the sort of spread we're talking about here. I was sending all sorts of videos to Tyrell last night on the WhatsApp group, and he wasn't for replying. But if you do see him pull out that on Sunday at the US Open, it was this guy that told him so.
I like to think that this podcast is that bloke, or indeed woman, but more often than not it's the bloke who we've all played with, who is rubbish, but still offers you tips.
Oh, God, that's me. Yes.
I think that's what we are as a podcast to professionals. We will go, listen, Rory, mate, you're coming through it just a bit quick. You gotta hold off on your pivot with your hips. Just try that out. I love to think that's what we're doing. Talking of Rory, can we have a little Rory chat here, please?
Rory is big sad. Rory is sad.
Listen, we've all been sad golf. Some of us very much still are. By all means, go and look at me and Tom Green's scores at Centurion yesterday. What a wonderful course. Thank you to Centurion. Thank you to Ping for hosting us. We had a lovely time. However, our golf was, both of us, was rubbish.
Let me just quickly put input here. One of the best courses I've ever played.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I just want to go back. That was the problem as we got towards the end. I just thought I need to go do this again. Anyway, we will talk about our round in another episode because
this is not about that.
I've got a thing about this, and I've actually already written a comment on Instagram about it underneath the BBC Sport. I'm really cross with BBC Sport because Rory was being interviewed. He's got all these microphones. He's got all his microphones up in his grill, and he says this quote. He says this quote where he goes, I'm just kind of fed up with you guys, right? To the press, right? And that's everywhere this morning on Sunday morning. And everyone's, all the comments, actually, to be fair, a lot of comments are defending Rory, which I'm glad to see, but a lot of comments going, he's arrogant, he's this, he's that. And because he then goes on to say, I deserve to do what I want to do.
These are hard. These are hard lines. These are hard lines.
But when he says, if you can find a clip where it's a longer edit, he goes, I guess I'm just fed up with you guys, really. And then he takes a beat and he goes, I don't mean that. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's not what I mean. Maybe that's not right. Something like that. He sort of retracts it, right? Okay. He goes, and it's clear. It's a bit like when, you have an argument and you go, I hate you. I don't really hate you. I just think you tell me what to do too much. Right, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the BBC Sport website, Insta account, have just cut it. So it goes, I'm just fed up with you guys. Cut.
Yeah, that's the clip that I've seen. That's what I've seen this morning.
It's taking away the nuance and the... it's doing it on purpose to get more comments so everyone piles in on him. But it's just not fair because that is not the... I guess it is what he said. It's not the way he said it. The way he said it was instantly retracted. He was much softer. He was much more like, look, guys. And then you get on to this topic of, the guy's knackered. He's playing a hard course. He's playing crap. Why are you interviewing him? We're not doing a load of interviews with someone else who's 20 over. Why are we bothering Rory? Just let him go. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because he's the biggest player in the world and he just won the Masters, I guess is why we're doing it.
But Scotty's just won the USPGA and he is actually the biggest player in the world. And no one's bothering Scotty. Scotty's not getting 95 microphones.
But Rory makes headlines.
Yeah.
And Rory, I mean, we're talking about it. This is why we're talking about it.
No, I know, but I'm not really talking about Rory. I'm talking about the system that's done that to him. I'm not really talking about Rory's round or what's going on with his golf.
Because there will be that BBC Sport article will get more comments than anything else probably about the US Open because people want to pile in and people have opinions of Rory. Whether that's right or whether that's wrong, I think it's a whole different scenario. But you just sometimes think I saw the comments this morning, and I've had my ups and downs with Rory. We all know this on this show. I struggled with him. He had that thing about YouTube golf, which I found disappointing, and was shrinking the game a little bit. And then the Masters happened, and it was amazing, and I couldn't have been prouder. And then I see stuff like this morning, and quotes like, "I'm going to try and play 4 hours and 20 minutes, and then get the hell out of here." I think was another.
Human.
Of course, it's human. It's just you just think sometimes it's like, oh, just don't say it. Just
if Tyrell Hatton said that, everyone would laugh. It would be laughed at, and you go, "Yeah, I get it. Tyrell. You're a grumpy swine. You've had enough." John Rahm said it. You go, "Yeah, Rambo's played crap this week." Like Rory says it, and everyone goes, "Oh, pearl." Everyone clutches their pearls like it's a member of the royal family.
I did clutch my pearls.
Off Britain or something, and it's like it's not what. Huh?
How dare he? This is my game.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but it's hard. But it's hard. It's hard. Like it is clearly playing ridiculous. And so me and Tom had a round of golf yesterday, and it was long. It was tough playing at Centurion. Centurion is a proper golf course, right? I didn't realize this before I went because it's literally 2 seconds from my house, right? It's like I didn't quite realize how much of a proper golf course it was up there with your Wobens and your Wentworths and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I know how I felt getting beaten up at that place yesterday. So Rory must have that similar just like frustration with the game. But this is what I wanted to make the point of. And we touched on this yesterday saying, is it enjoyable watching these guys really struggle? So I really struggled out there playing 18 yesterday.
It was not enjoyable watching you struggle out there.
No. What I didn't then want is to watch all my favourite people also have that struggle. I found it quite hard to watch yesterday, Tom, if I'm honest with you. I was just like, just please make it a bit easier.
Yeah, watching all the guys you like just sort of slowly falling away because they're trying to do what they think of as good golf, and the golf course is saying, no, that's not what we want here. You have to do something different. But I would say that has meant that when Adam Scott, for example, he had a level par first round, and then he first 9 yesterday, and then he birdied on the back 9. He had an incredible back 9. And shot, I think it was, did he shoot 3 under yesterday, Adam Scott? Yeah, he shot 67 yesterday. So Adam Scott's the only person who's shot, Adam Scott is the only person who shot par or under for the whole thing. He has got the form. So when you see good golf, and you're absolutely right, watching endless suffering golf in golf terms has been a bit like, pfft. But then when you see it, what Scott was doing, and to an extent what Victor Hovland was doing, so when you see these guys bubbling up who are going to be challenging for it, that's all the more enjoyable, I would say.
Yeah. It's not a test they're used to, though, is it? Like, this is almost like, it's almost the difference of playing stroke play, medal golf, and then doing a match play, or then doing a Stableford thing. Because it's so different to the test that they have on the PGA Tour week in, week out. It just doesn't resemble that. It's just not, it's not that. Which, to be fair, how many times this year, especially when talking about the PGA, have we said, oh, we just want something different. We just want a major that's got something different about it. And I guess we've got that with this. I think just after I played quite poorly yesterday, watching other blokes struggle wasn't what I wanted. I think it's just what was my overriding opinion yesterday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely get it. You just see, oh God, I've seen enough of this. Let's talk about Sam Burns, who is very much going into the lead. And there's only, I think it's true to say Adam Scott is the only person in the mix who has won a major. Everyone else would be first-time major winners. I would love to see Sam Burns win. You know where Sam Burns is on the PGA stats? Do you know where he is in terms of putting strokes gained? So in terms of putting, performing ahead of the field, doing better than the field. Do you know where he ranks in strokes gained on the PGA Tour?
He must be a great putter to be leading out there and doing well. He must be +3, +4 strokes on the field.
Yeah, but he is first in strokes gained on putting.
Wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? Have you got any other stats about them? Do you know what he is in terms of like greens in reg and stuff like that, or have you just got the
greens in reg? He's not great. Greens in reg, he's 94th.
Interesting.
Yeah, greens and most other things. He's not.
Have you got fairways hit, something like that?
Yeah, fairways hit. We have got driving accuracy 84th.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But putting just goes ding, 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 like first. There you go. So, he is there or thereabouts. He's like number 30 in the world at the moment, I think, Sam Burns. And I think it's, he's just had a really great temperament.
He's just solid, isn't he? He's just so solid. He's such a solid professional golfer. And then,
I was going to look quickly, Tom. I'm going to look at the stats for Adam Scott to compare them to Adam Scott, who has not been there or thereabouts. And then, look at him, strokes gained putting, 103rd, strokes driving distance 85th, driving accuracy 133rd, greens in regulation. Like, he's Adam Scott is just nowhere in the stats right now.
This is going to be one of those tournaments that when you look back on, the winner isn't going to be someone predicted. Like, you would have gone into this going, you needed to have greens in reg, fairways hit. Okay, the putting stats, definitely interesting. You'd probably have backed someone who's top of the putting stats based on how they were rolling. It just feels like Adam Scott performing so well. No one would have called that based on those strokes gains. Carlos Ortiz, is it Ortiz, the Mexican golfer from Liv? I mean, I'm pretty across the Liv stuff. He's part of a team I didn't even know existed. What even is that? What's the team with the big T on? I've never heard of these guys.
I haven't got a clue. All right, look, let's take a moment and just consider some products, shall we, Tom? Should we have a little dive in some products, a little bit of a break, bit of a moment, yeah?
There was something I needed or wanted, and that thing was products, so thank goodness.
Bring me the bling. Hello, welcome back. It's Golf is Ruining My Life. We are going through day 3 of the US Open. We've touched on Sam Burns. We have touched on Adam Scott. Victor Hovland. Let's talk about Victor. Your friend and mine. We are very much ping pals. We're on the same WhatsApp group. He loves a GIF, old Vicky. And again, I'm looking at the stats here, Tombo. And he's very good approach to green. He's 9th on the tour so far this season, approach to green.
Yeah.
Strokes gained putting, he's 121st.
And he has. I've used his putter. His putter's lovely. So
yeah, that's why he putted so badly, because you had his putter. That's why he wasn't holding anything. He was having to use his wedge. Driving, he's 35th, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But then the one that really stands out on here is his approach to green. And again, this is something you need to be unbelievable at. I mean, you need to be unbelievable at everything on this course right now, this weekend.
Because it's totally relentless.
Because it's relentless. Approach to green, 9th. That's pretty good, right?
That is really good, yeah. Yeah.
When you think about those wedges in, when you think about those short irons, he's 9th when he's getting towards the green. So that is, that's gonna stand him in good stead. And then everything else is again approach. When it's over 200 yards, he's 17th on approaches to greens over 200 yards. So he has got that, but most other things, Hovland is not trending in a great direction. But then this brings me back to this theory about this whole tournament, is that this was the tournament for people who weren't favourites. This was the tournament.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And we talked about it a bit yesterday, because the ones who are favourites are almost offended in a way. Their golf is offended by how hard and how unjust and unfair this course is, and they fall away. So it's the ones who are going, well, I'm kind of used to unfair and unjust at the moment because I'm fighting my own game, so I might as well fight the course as well. And those are the guys that have come through.
Well, talking about fighting the golf course, I'm not going to name the golfer because obviously this is unconfirmed reports, but there was a golfer who didn't make the cut who has booted the locker room into bits. I don't know if you've seen this photo, Tom, but a few of the doors on the locker have been kicked off because a certain golfer didn't make the cut and they weren't happy. This feels like it almost sums up what I've been watching in this major, is just a lot of anger. Shane Lowry missing a short putt and just saying F this place was a personal highlight of mine. He's really struggled out there, Shane Lowry, and he's one that I was saying last week. I liked him to do it. He's used to tough golf courses. He's used to long rough. He's a great iron player. I thought he would have a great time. Did you see what he did with his ball as well on the green? Did you see that?
No.
He was so discombobulated with what was going on. He was so all over the place. Like, he didn't mark his ball on the green, just picked it up.
Oh my God.
He just picked it up.
So does that mean he's at NR? Does that out?
I don't know. I don't know what the ruling was. I don't know whether he was allowed to just put it back. I don't know. I don't know whether it was just because it was a mistake. They sometimes let you off with these things, which doesn't feel very golf.
Wow.
Yeah, that sums up where his game was at. He didn't
mark
that's
it. Astonishing, isn't it?
Picked it up and then laughed.
But that shows you how discombobulated, we all get used to, and I had a bit of this yesterday playing Centurion. You get used to playing your local course. You get used to, when you're a member somewhere, or you just play at the same place again and again, you get used to, you think of golf as me playing on that course. I'm fighting my course. Or when I go to Littlestone, down in Kent, I think of my relationship with that course. So suddenly playing somewhere brand new, it just completely throws everything up in the air sometimes. It really does.
This is obviously a bit of a different conversation, but I think the thing with playing a new golf course, especially a golf course which is like a championship golf course, which I would say Centurion is, it takes a while. You've got to play it a few times to start to know that when you stand on the tee, even though it looks a zillion miles down there, if you get a good drive off, you will only have a 5-iron in or a 6-iron in. That's sometimes the head spinner for me when you play these great places, is that you stand on the tee and go, how am I ever going to get the ball there in two? And then because of that, your mindset's all over the place. Whereas I could look at a hole like a 4 at Porter's Park, which is my place. Stroke index 1, really hard hole. And even when you've played it a while, it's quite daunting. But I now know I can take a 4-wood and then a 7-wood or a 5-iron at it on stroke index 1. When you know that, when you have that realization, you're like, okay, this isn't as bad as it feels.
That is so true. And it's such a subliminal thing as well. That's a really good point. I think subliminally, I just think, okay, sure, I'll hit it over there. But deep down, subliminally, I'm thinking, oh God, I can't imagine. If I don't do this, I'm absolutely screwed. And you're right. Once you've played it once, you go, no, it's fine. I need to do that. But even with that on board, these guys will have played Oakmont loads. Loads of them have been there before for previous Opens. I mean, it's just... So here's a question for you, Tom. I find it hard to imagine that the US Open is going to be won by anyone who isn't Sam Burns, Adam Scott, to an extent JJ Spawn, or Victor Hovland. I think it's going to be one of those 4 people, and that's not a particularly revolutionary thought. However, he's on 3 over, and Tyrrell's on 1 over, but I just don't think Tyrrell's got the patience for it. Robert McIntyre, Bob Mack. Bob Mack is my outside 100-1 chance. If he goes out there a little bit early and does a nice little cheeky crazy 66 maybe, and just gets down to maybe even, I don't know, 65 it would have to be, but gets down to 2 under. If he can post a 2 under score, that is going to put the heebie-jeebies in there.
No, exactly, and this is the exciting thing. We've all had to slog through some pretty difficult golf. However, when this will get exciting is today. Because now every shot counts. This is when you could get someone go out there and shoot a great score, and it totally changes the leaderboard, which makes this all quite exciting now. Like, if you think there's been pressure on those shots for the last 3 days, imagine the pressure that's going to be on their shoulders when they go, not only can I not miss the fairway, I can't miss the fairway to win a major.
It's unbelievable. And when you consider what's at stake as well, for someone like Victor Hovland, they get bonuses. Obviously, they do it first and foremost just for the physical trophy, just to say I'm a major winner. Of course they do. But there must be a part of their brain that thinks the finances. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's not how they work, those people. But they're going to get bonuses from their club provider. They're going to get all sorts of add-ons and stuff. Their caddies are going to do well. It's pressure which is unfathomable. And especially for Adam Scott, he's 44 years old. This is realistically, he's going to be amongst the last few seasons where he can really challenge, really. Yeah. I mean, it's very unusual to get someone older than 45, 46 winning majors. So the pressure there, if Adam Scott is going down, you're right, it's going to be a great watch tonight.
It's going to be such a good watch. It's going to be such, it's really, I want to stress that with this is, it's been tough, and I have found it tough to watch at times, and I've found it a little bit monotonous. It's been a bit of I feel like I've gone through the ringer watching this, and maybe it's because I'm not playing great golf at the moment, so I just want to watch people just have constant birdies. But we've all gone through this together, and now this is where we reap the rewards of having some really exciting stuff. And I hope so as well.
I hope so, and I think Adam Scott's a really good personality you can invest in that story. Same with Hovland, same with Sam Burns, JJ Spawn, Carlos. There's stories with all of these guys. So Bob Mack, I don't know, man. Maybe he's just. It's a shame he's 3 over. If Bob Mack was level par or 1 over, I'd be like, he's the one to watch today because the pressure won't quite be on him in the same way. But what's a shame about Rob McIntyre is he dropped a shot. He dropped 2. Yeah, he dropped 3 shots in the last 6 holes yesterday. Wow. He got a birdie, so but 3 shots in the last 6 holes is like, ugh. But that's the nature of this bloody course. It's impossible.
It is crazy in the majors at the moment how the underdog golfer is sticking about a lot more than they normally would. Because normally with these, the leaderboard's a bit all over the place on a Thursday. It starts to refine itself on a Friday, and by Saturday you're like, oh, there they all are. They're my guys. But like,
that's what I mean.
JJ Spawn, still here, still not going anywhere, still holding it together.
Yeah, but JJ Spawn was in the playoff, wasn't he, with Rory for was it the Players or for TPC?
Yeah, it was. Was it Phoenix? It was something early this year, wasn't it?
I think it was when
it was when I was big sad about Rory, because I remember watching it and going, "I'm going to bat this JJ bloke."
How did that work out for you? But
I won't talk to press. I won't talk to press. Oh, we like him. I like him.
I just think it's once someone like JJ Spawn has, there's a thing where journeymen offer themselves up to us 2 or 3 times. They appear on a leaderboard in a major or a big tournament like Sawgrass, and you have to then say, look, come on, let's not belittle them as just some rando. He's not random now. They're inviting themselves to be front stage and to be a major player. So JJ Spawn's a good example of, and Sam Burns as well, of people who are coming through. Russell Henley, you can ignore these guys year after year and go, they're getting top 10s all the time. You need to acknowledge them and start to think of them as one of your main guys,
Yeah, for me with this though, it takes someone. I'm such a person. All my golfers I love are personality golfers. And And I think that's a way for most people who are into sport, isn't it? Like, you can have
Definitely.
people who perform really well, but unless they've got a great personality or something to say about themselves, they don't really... you don't come to love them. Like a golfer like John Rahm, he was performing really well, and I never really got into him. And then when I started to like find out more about personality and his life and whatever, I was like, oh, this guy's amazing. Yeah, exactly that. So I think that's what you need with all these golfers. You just need to get to know them a bit better, and then you fall in love with them.
So listen, we all know you're in love with Tyrell Hatton, Tom. Let's to finish today. You're right. It's going to be a real treat, and we will have a final review episode on Monday morning, first thing, ready and waiting for you. Tom Green, what is your prediction for how things are going to unravel, fall apart today? Who's going to win?
I'm gonna give two answers. I'm gonna give my head and then my heart. My head says JJ Spawn because he's played really well and he's holding it together. And if he was gonna fall away, I think he would have fallen away by now. And he's been so consistent. So I think he's just gonna continue to chip away and win. My heart says I really want Victor Hovland to do it. Because, as we said yesterday, he's the smiliest man in golf. He looks like he's having a lovely time all the time. You know, he's in our WhatsApp group. We love him. It means I can call him when he wins. It's great. So, head and heart, JJ Spawn or Victor Hovland for me.
Okay, I think I'm gonna say Adam Scott. I think simply by obviously I want him to win, but if you look at his rounds, look at what he's done. He's gone 70, 70, 67. He has been metronomic. He has been chill. He has gone ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Everyone else, Victor especially, look at Victor Hovland's first shot on round 3 yesterday. It was insane, like almost out of bounds. I think that if Adam Scott can keep his head and keep that consistency, he's going to win it. And I think, here's my other prediction, there'll be a playoff.
I would bite your left arm off for a playoff.
I think there'll be a playoff.
A playoff at Oakmont would be absolutely... That is fireworks. Okay, fine. Well, we'll see you here same time next time when we can crown the winner of the US Open. And also, it's Crail Video Day.
Oh my God. Head to your nearest YouTube and watch the Crail video. It's the back 9 today.
Nope, it's the front 9 today.
It's the front 9 today.
It's the front 9 today, unless we've uploaded the wrong one, in which case start with the back 9. No, the front 9 at Crail, which is the second course of our Scottish Adventures. All the St Andrews videos are online. This is the first 9 at Crail. We've really stepped it up. Buggy cams out there. It's really exciting. Go and head to YouTube, Golf is Ruining My Life, and check it out. And we'll see you here tomorrow.
Bye-bye.